Hi everyone, I'm Chris,
I'm Suzie,
and we're in the band Twin Forks.
and you're watching Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here from Row Live Entertainment, hanging out with Twin Forks, Suzie, and Chris. Thanks for that little acoustic you guys gave us. It was pretty awesome that it was in a small room, so I think we felt it a little more.
Yeah, it was pretty fiery. I loved it. Yeah,
definitely. And you made me break a sweat going to get my gear, so
yeah.
I think I lost some weight in this room too.
We like to keep you on your toes here at Twin Forks. Yeah,
I've noticed. So how's the first tour that you guys have been doing, and what's it like feeling like starting all over again? You know, starting fresh.
well, the tour's been incredible, to be honest with you. It's some of the shows are really small, some of them are really big, but that's by virtue of starting fresh and trying not to trade on the names of the various bands we've been in between Dashboard and The Narrative, Bad Books, and all the great records that Jonathan has produced that he's known for. But I think that our objective is that we believe in this band without the context of the bands we've been in. And so we're resisting the temptation to advertise it as all of those bands so that we don't get some kind of weird false positive where a lot of people show up expecting to hear songs from all of those bands and then they don't. And we could do bigger rooms and then come back and they'll be like, oh yeah, they didn't do those songs. I'm not coming this time. So what we'd rather do is we believe in it. We think it's going to succeed because of how much we believe in it. I don't know what defines success at this point, but that we keep being happy and keep getting some kids to come to the shows. But I think that the truth is that I think by doing it, try to come by it honestly. I think it gives it the chance to succeed or fail on its own, and I think it deserves that chance, and I think it will succeed. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so. I mean,
hope so too.
and even right now, noticing during the shoot of the acoustic, I mean, you've obviously been in the game for forever, pretty much, but you're still having fun with whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's playing the guitar, singing, or doing a different band. How do you still keep that that mindset in mind? I know there's other bands that start feeling like, okay, it's becoming a job. Like, I'm tired of it.
Well, that can happen, but I get to play guitar every day. That's my job. That's the best. I think that no matter what I was doing for a living, this is what I'd be doing to feel rewarded and personally satisfied. And the fact that I get to actually make my living doing that that's a gift. That's just that's winning the lottery.
Yeah, being on stage really doesn't ever get old. You have a long day and you might have a long drive or something, or maybe the van breaks down and you've got to figure it out getting it from A to B. But at the end of it, when you get out on stage and you see so many people that are like so excited to be there and excited to be singing along to the songs, like that feeling doesn't ever go away, I don't think.
Yeah, it makes it worth it. Like there's often times where we have a 10-hour commute to work, and you just think, how can we pull this off? And then you hold the guitar for a minute and you're like, oh yeah, because this is what I would do if I did just work for 10 hours. I'd go home and play guitar. So,
Crazy.
But just to go back to your point about how bands start to feel burned out, I'm not immune to that either. And I think that's why I've always tried to find a way to have several bands at once, play several different size venues during the course of the same year, find different ways to keep it all connected to the way I started and how far I got, but never staying where I ended up, trying to go back to that fresh place where it was, I even, said, I was thinking about it last night. I think we must have played Gibson Amphitheater, and then I did a show the next night at the Troubadour, because the energy is so different and it's so necessary, and that's what keeps you from being burnt out. But like I said, I'm not immune to it, and neither are the rest of the guys. If I speak for Dashboard, we all needed a break. It had been 10 years of roughly 300 days of the year, and it wasn't that we were tired from the road. We certainly weren't tired of each other. Definitely not tired of the songs or playing for the audience. Just plain tired, and so we needed to go home for a minute, and I think everybody, like every one of us, started our own other project, and I think it's made us really appreciate what we have done. We talk about it all the time as we're doing these things. We stay in touch. We see each other all the time, but we're not playing together right now. So it's like we get to kind of
It'll definitely be worth it when the time comes.
It will be, it will be, and it'll be. I think it'll be maybe better than ever for us, because we know how good we had it.
Yeah.
And then we knew how tired we got from it, and then we'll come back with full energy. But for the truth is that everybody's bands, nobody's looking at any of their bands as a side project. It's real bands. I mean, like, I can speak for myself and in this band, and I assume for you, you're in more than one band, but this is not a side project for me. This is my band. This is our band. This is the only band I want to be in, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling.
That's a crazy feeling too, I'm sure. You know, and you know, obviously from the different types of music that you guys are used to writing, what's it like writing for this band in particularly? Was it harder to start writing this style of music?
It wasn't hard for me to start writing it. It was hard for me to not write this in the first place when I was beginning Dashboard, because this is the similar to my earliest influences, and I didn't want to appear like I was trading on those influences or just retreading those influences. And I think that's what led me to playing all those strange open tunings and really leaning on my influences from like hardcore music and punk rock, mostly like the drum end of it, so that my right hand became like really percussive, and those big deep open tunings kind of could resonate like a kick drum. And all these years later, I'm more confident in my ability to utilize my influences, especially my earliest ones, which were like folk and singer-songwriter, without falling into any kind of trappings of like being too worried that like somebody might say, hey, that's like a Townes Van Zandt song. Well, that's awesome. You know, it's like, you know, sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world to sound like Steve Earle for a minute, you know?
It's a nice little change up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now for Suzie, how do you feel without your piano?
I feel so free. No, it's really fun. I love playing mandolin. It's like a totally different vibe. I get to move around quite a bit, and I'll like sneak up there sometimes and get right next to Chris when he's playing.
She's going to be taking the spotlight next.
She has it. She deserves it.
It's really fun. It's a great instrument. A lot of people ask me what it is. You know, when they see me play, they're like, is that a small guitar or something? And it's kind of cool also to introduce so many people to mandolin, because it's a really fun instrument to play, and it just feels so happy all the time.
And I could say she plays plenty of piano on the record, and there will be times where we'll have the piano out with us, but we couldn't fit it in the van.
Yeah, right now we're trying to keep it simple, but in my mind.
That's right. You guys are a brand new band, fresh start, you know, traveling in a car, you know. Yeah.
Basically, I mean, we're in a van. Like, we're really, you know, it's still the beginning for us. So one of these days, I envision just a little piano just off to the side, so I can just turn around and we'll see. We'll get there.
That'd be cool. It'll happen. So let's talk a little bit about the
big dreams. That sounds like a big dream. A little tiny piano. If only one day I had a little tiny piano.
Well, easy to please. What can I say?
Now let's talk a little bit about the upcoming record. What's the update on that?
It comes out in January, as far as I know.
Okay.
As far as I've been told. There's, I think, 12 or 13 songs on there. Plus, we have I think we recorded something like 30 songs. So we have a ton of B-sides. We'll probably do an EP very shortly after the record. Obviously, everybody needs it's like the iTunes Plus, the Amazon Plus, and the everything Plus, you know. So I'm sure we'll have all of these songs out, which is really gratifying, because like it was a very difficult, not because I thought every song or we thought every song was so great it had to be on the LP. It's just hard to choose sometimes, you know. And it's nice to know that there's like the quality is high enough that we're confident putting them out even regardless. So like there's a way to get them all out. I'm excited about that. And you said this would be for January. Are you guys looking into a label already, or? Oh yeah, we're on a label. We're on Dine Alone. They're a Canadian label, and they work with Caroline in the States. Awesome. And it's to call it a boutique label is incorrect, because they sell a ton of records, but they really are a small number of people in a room, very dedicated, very choosy about who they work with. And it reminds me personally of like the days when I was on Vagrant and it was all the bands were friends, you know, Saves a Day and Face to Face and the Get Up Kids and Hey Mercedes. And it's crazy to even talk about that these days. Yeah. And you know, it's the same over there. It's like, you know, with City and Color and we met what 12 bands or whatever,
Yeah,
just
there
in the
was a lot
course
of
of our last Canadian tour that are on Dine Alone. And it was like, these people they all have the same mentality that we all had at Vagrant, the bands on Vagrant. And the label has, in other words, like they're working with great camaraderie and rooting for each other, as opposed to some competitive thing, or just like indifference, everybody's rooting for each other and like running from stage to stage to watch each other play. And that was just like it was with Vagrant. And also the same was true with the people that ran Vagrant. It was, just a small number of people in a room. And when we all played festivals or shows, they were running from stage to stage because they were genuinely fans. They were fans first. They didn't sign anybody that they weren't fans of. And so I don't have enough good things to say about those people at Dine Alone. They're tremendous. So we're really excited. That's who put out our EP, and we're putting out this full length with them.
Very cool. And any plans on music videos? I've seen lyric video, and then you have like a live video. But any plans?
We need a day off, and then we could probably film one.
Yeah.
But I mean,
we're in LA. Let's do it now.
You guys have cameras.
Yeah.
Let's do it right here.
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Action.
Fix it in post.
End scene.
So what's next for you guys here for the remainder of the year? I know you guys are on this tour at the moment.
We finish this tour. We get 5 days off. We go to Canada. We go directly to Australia and Southeast Asia, and then we come home and the year's done. So that's what's
ready for the new record.
Ready for the new record. We should probably shoot a video on a day off.
We should do it. We should do it. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. I know you guys have to run.
It was great. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Good seeing you again. Be sure to check them out on this tour, Twin Forks. Also pick up their EP on their website and on iTunes too.
Yep, that's correct.
There you go. Subscribe to Front Row Live Entertainment. Thanks for watching, guys.